I was writing Vacate a Bone Town from Spring Broken. And there's a line in there that says, souls out, holes out. How does it smell? And when Viv was like, oh yeah, that's great. I was like, oh, I can write anything.
Please welcome the cast crew of Helluva Boss! What would you love to see one day Helluva Boss combine with or collab with in terms of a brand that you love?
Lube.
Lube.
Yes.
I'd like to see it combined with Hazbin Hotel.
I was just going to say. Yay.
Well, thank you so much for that. All righty. So I think that for the sake of time, because I had a couple questions, but I think I'm going to just kick it off to the fans for the time
Oh
being.
my God, that is incredible.
Hiya, boss. So
Yes, how can I help you, egg boy? Yes.
my question is, I know that you, especially Brandon, do a lot of co-writing on the show, and I don't know if that includes with everyone if they're able to put their opinions in, but has there been a idea or something you wrote into the script that they were like, absolutely not, veto, will not do it?
Unfortunately not. I will write ideas I feel, half-heart about, and that'll just suddenly be in the episode. There's dildos on the wall. That was just something I wrote because I was sexually frustrated one night, and now there were dildos in the wall. Surprisingly, Viv lets everything fly. She needs to start creating boundaries.
Has anyone else on the panel right now added things that you were surprised they added into the show?
No, everything goes on our show. I mean, we do a ton of improvising in the recording sessions, so that's something that is a credit to Viv that she lets us have the freedom to play. And Brandon has put together words and swears that I have never heard in my life that are unbelievable. I'd never thought of those two acts at once, and Brandon's pretty good at that stuff. Yeah.
I'm good at saying it. Richard's good at doing it.
Thank you
Well,
so
we're
much.
very method.
Thank you.
Hi guys, so if you could voice any other character in Hazbin or Helluva who you don't currently voice, who would you want to voice and why?
I would like to be serpentious, as you've heard many times. Yes, Miss Bomb.
I'd love to voice Verosica because she's so sassy and saucy and sexy and bitchy. I love it.
And sexy and...
I already said that, Ed.
Okay.
I always say Fizzaroli just because I'm so impressed by Alex's use of his voice. And I think that would be amazing to do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to be Millie.
I don't count. Ed, you go.
Oh, my turn? Fizz for me, for Helluva, for sure. For Hazbin, Lucifer. Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's really nice to meet you all, especially Brandon. I love
Wow.
the shades and the...
Okay. Thank you. I had eye surgery, so I'm not...
No, you're good. I'm just so glad to finally meet you. Okay, so my request is, in your character singing voice, I want you all to sing this final verse of Wicked, part 1, that goes, ha. If that's possible.
Is Wicked like a show or something?
It's a musical that Moxxie
Oh, it's a
loves.
music. What is it about?
I wasn't going to say anything. Everyone's looking at me.
You had something profound to say.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it's about a girl with jaundice and another with money. What did you want me to do?
To do the whoa, whoa, whoa at the end of Defying Gravity.
Whoa!
There we go.
Whoa. It's an ugly note. I didn't make it ugly. If you're mad, blame, who is it? Sondheim? Who wrote that?
Steven Schwartz.
Steven Schwartz?
Yeah.
Well, Stephen Schwartz needs to go to school.
Yeah. We have to be flying to do it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
That's
Yes.
also
Yeah.
Okay, buy us each a coffee, and we might whoa for you.
No, you're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, okay. I can you all do a quick skit in your Helluva Boss voices of because this became a viral meme, especially for Blitz and Moxxie, the scene where they're with Crimson and there's dicks in the wall and there's the back of Spencer's meme. So could you guys please do where Blitz is looking around at the back of Spencer's and Millie and Moxxie are like, dude, what are you doing?
You know, we can do that. We very much can do it. And believe it or not, in LA, we get paid to.
Okay. Please do it.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty.
If you make actors improv, we'll be here for another 30 minutes.
100%.
Okay, great.
What are you doing?
No, let the silence play out. Let them break it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No one say anything. Just. You get to break this silence.
Can I super kick him?
Please do.
Can I? Okay.
Just so you know, the person behind you is pulling out a knife.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your question.
Well, anyways, thank you.
Thank you.
For what? We didn't do anything.
No, we really appreciate everything you just did.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Brandon, you're amazing. Has anyone ever
You're
told you that?
amazing. I have
Shut
dreams.
up.
I have dreams
Hi.
about you.
Do you?
Yes.
You should get a dream catcher. 'Cause That's terrifying.
They're not exactly dry.
Oh.
Half the crowd got what I was saying.
Yeah.
Hi. Yes, Blake.
Hello. I can say I'm a huge fan of all your guys' work and the songs. I just have a question. Can any of you guys seeing your characters take that depression
Oh, the Lucifer line.
What?
in your characters?
Why is
voice?
everyone? I'm not. I'm.
Does anyone have
I may help
questions?
you. Please, when it comes to requesting them to say things, you have to come up with your wallet and make sure that you pay them. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. But generally, let's stay away from questions that refrain from asking them to do things and whatnot because we'll be here for years. So, would you like to have another question of yours?
Just probably for Sam. Was
Hi.
it really hard to create the Helluva Boss songs?
Honestly, it is. It's kind of an easy job because, as Brandon said, we have so much creative latitude here. There are times I remember the first time I realized that we could get away with anything. I was writing "Vacate a Bone Town" from Spring Broken. And there's a line in there that says, "Souls out, holes out. How does it smell?" And when Viv was like, "Oh yeah, that's great," I was like, "Oh, I can write anything." So it's this job is a joy. It comes with virtually no difficulty at all, and I love doing it.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you for your question. Round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
You
Hi.
don't have to act it out, but I'm curious on what y'all's favorite voice lines are. It doesn't have to be your character either.
Well, our favorites change because thankfully we've been doing it long enough that people ask me that at my table, and I say, "Don't make me choose between my babies." But of course, I'll answer for myself. In this moment, my favorite line is, "Well, that's a mood, Gabriella."
Shut the up! Millie!
Sorry, I forgot your husband.
I'm gonna break you like a fucking horse.
Ooh. I love when Bryce does the voice break, like the f***ing divorce. It's great.
Well, thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Hi. So my question is, if your character was transported to another show's universe, what show would you hope they end up in?
3. 1, 2, 3.
Aston Hotel.
Did you say Judge Judy?
Brandon, why are you like this?
Thank you.
Was that a spoiler?
Who books that? You should be on Judge Judy. You should just go on it. Is she alive?
Dude, you could play
Not
Judge.
since I was
you could
on
beat
her.
Judge Judy.
Yeah.
I have beat Judge Judy, but
So
she
that
beats
is-
back.
I said be, not beat.
Oh.
You could play them.
Oh.
You should be in the Judge Judy biopic. As Judge Judy. Yes, Brandon Rogers as.
Judge
Don't pee on my
Judy,
leg and
yeah.
tell me it's raining. Hey,
Wow.
I'm Judge Judy. Hey, you're guilty. Hey, you.
I love an impression that says, "Hey, I'm the name of the person I'm doing it."
Well, because how are you gonna?
Yeah, hey, I'm Judge Judy.
I'm
If I don't say the name, how you
She's
gonna
always
know?
saying that.
Hey, sue me.
Hey, I'm Judge Judy. What are you gonna do? I'm Judge Judy.
Hey, I'm Judge Judy. Look at my Judy.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Hi, Amber May. Nice
Hi, Amber May.
Hi, Ed. Hi. I'm an idiot. I didn't prepare the question. I just wanted to thank Richard over there because Richard, I wouldn't be here without Richard. He's trained me for years.
I am Amber's father. No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Whoa.
No, Dad. No,
Yeah.
no. He's
Yeah.
been training me in voiceover for years and years. If you haven't taken a Richard class, please.
Honestly, the
take a
best way I've heard
class.
Richard described, he is chicken noodle soup for the voiceover soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's supportive
Yes.
and comforting in everything that I wish I could be.
Yes.
Richard made me stay after because I was texting.
Thank you, Ed. Ed, I did have a question. That's right. How do you all stay healthy so you don't miss any voice work or anything like that? Do you ever get sick and say, "Hey, oh
Yes.
no, I missed something"?
Yeah, well, you're talking about conventions, Amber May? Like,
Oh, not just conventions. Like if you have
Oh,
to go into the
general?
studio and you're like, "I'm sick. I can't do anything."
yeah, well, for me, I don't really worry about it too much, except for when I've been like traveling a lot with conventions, and in particular, American Airlines sucks. I have to say, we were in New York. This happened. These are 3 trips in a row, all within the last 3 weeks. So we got stuck in JFK. They loaded us on. They said, "Hey, we're just waiting for a pilot." I'm like, "What? Don't you think that you would have the pilot first before you let us in?" Right? So they go, "Don't worry." And then we loaded us all on, and then they unloaded us, and they said, "Oh, we're now leaving not at 9 p.m. We're leaving at 1:30 a.m." And then they said, "Oh yeah, we're not leaving until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning."
Oh my.
So I missed a job. I had to sleep in the airport, or my whole family had to sleep in the airport. Then I get home, and we go. The week before we were in Richmond. They thought there was something wrong with the tire, but there wasn't. But we missed our flight and had to sleep over in Charlotte, American Airlines. And then coming here today, this week from LAX, they loaded us on the plane. And guess what? They didn't have a pilot.
Just flying the plane.
So that's how I miss jobs more than when I get sick, to answer your question. So if you're listening here, American Airlines, curse you!
Yeah.
I know you're a hub here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
All right, this question is for Edward and Brandon,
Oh,
but it's a
God.
little bit different for each of you because the roles kind of switched. So Edward voiced Alistair in the Hazbin Hotel pilot. Do you feel like you still have a similar connection to the character, even though now it has been recast?
100%. Recasts happen. It's part of the business, but that doesn't make what you did any less special. So I appreciate it for what it was. So yeah.
And then Brandon, you play Katie Killjoy in the Amazon Prime Video show, which you are the recast for Katie Killjoy. So do you think that you live up to that role, and do you also have that connection?
The Katie Killjoy is based off of a character I originated in 2016 called Bryce Tank Thrust. The role was always mine to play. Faye Matta was just substituting until Viv knew who I was.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I should have said that.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, people are gonna probably boo me out of here for asking this because this is not a serious question.
Uh-oh.
But Brandon, can I give you a hug? I doubt I can, but
But you're gonna make him get up to do it.
I have COVID.
I don't care. I don't care. I literally do not care. Spit in my mouth, please.
Whatever it takes.
Oh my God. Whoa. Not for free.
Remember the previous question about us worrying about being sick?
Yeah. That's how it happens.
That sometimes we have to draw boundaries around physical contact for that reason. So I'll go ahead and answer for Brandon and say, not right now, but thank you.
But I can feel your love. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I don't get booed out of here, I just tooted. Bye, Brandon.
No, nobody booed because we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
Get out of here!
All right, one more question, then we have to cut the line. Yeah.
Okay, so actual legit question. Hello again.
Hello.
Hi. Did we have like an awkwardness at first when you first started the show, or did Brandon break all the awkwardness for you? And like, did you all get along? And like, you were ready
Just in
to
there
go
giving
ahead and
hand
just
jobs
start
to everyone that comes in.
recording?
Like, awkward, I'll show you.
Do you mean awkward on
Like-
like in the recording of
Yeah,
Helluva
that's what I
Boss, or
mean,
do you mean in this panel that we're sitting on right now?
Like in the recording, like, did you all have like this awkwardness at first, and then you're like, okay, yeah, let's do it, let's go? Like, was there a moment like where you all were like, this is fun, you know?
Can I just say, everyone records apart from each other. The person who breaks the awkwardness is Richard. Richard is the person who makes you feel at ease. He will sing at you whether you like it or not. He give you a back massage. Richard is the guy who like gets everyone, because there have been so many people, especially when a new cast member comes into the show, and they might be a little like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not used to saying so much. Like, they're just easing into it. And I always see there always comes a point in these sessions where they start getting really comfortable. And that's such a Richard thing. Like, he just gets people into their comfort zone.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to ask if you all had like first impressions of each other or anything when you first met, like.
Yeah, I loved everyone.
Yeah.
There's no one here that I didn't think was amazing. And,
Oh, yeah.
We actually, Brandon and I got to work on the pilot together. So that's when Brandon and I first met.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the only time that the whole cast at the time was together. This is before, just like a couple weeks before Viv joined the show. Viv was always going to be one of our characters, but she voiced, Erica voiced Millie in the pilot, but Erica was never meant to do both roles. We just needed that. And then Viv was always going to be, Viv I think was originally auditioned for Keeney. Keeney, yeah. Tell the story, because you're great. Yeah, tell the story. Yeah.
Yes. So no, there hasn't been awkward moments. When I first recorded for Helluva, I went in and recorded for Keeney the Cherub. And I remember meeting Richard and Viv for the first time, and I'm so ignorant to the voiceover world and who's a part of it, the directors, actors, everything. And I remember after working with Richard, I went home to my husband. I said, oh my God, there's this guy, Richard Horvitz. He's amazing. Like, I just want to work with him every single day. He's the most incredible director I've ever worked with. And he's an incredible actor. And I just felt so good and so loved and so free and so safe in the booth. And then my agents called me the next day and they said, hey, they actually want you to come back in and record for Millie. And who I found out plays opposite Richard Horvitz, which is
You
a dream
manifested
come
it.
true.
You just manifested it.
I don't know what happened, but I feel very blessed and grateful to be in the position that I'm in. So thank you.
Well, y'all are a great cast. Also, loving your Bucky shirt. It's cute. Yeah. You can't not go to a Bucky's. So, thank you all.
Thank you. Not again.
Okay, now that
Hello.
he's out of here. Thank you. If your characters had real life jobs, what would they be and why?
If your characters had real life jobs,
Like
what
human
would they be and why? Was that your question? Okay.
I keep work at Best Buy. I don't
I'd
know.
still be an assassin, and I'd still kill you for free.
That's why I win.
I'd be a musical theater actor.
What's a job?
I'd be a surgeon.
Ooh. Great question and great costume.
Thank you. And
Thank you
thank
so
y'all so
much.
much.
See how he navigates back.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so my question is mostly for Brandon and Bryce, but you could pretend that you don't know what's going to happen. But there's a lot of theories going on that Stolas doesn't understand that Blitz saved him because he loved him, and Blitz doesn't understand that Stolas saved him because he loved him. And like, yeah. So what do you think that they think? Do you think that they just saved you? They think that the other one saved them out of obligation, or do you think that they know, they know?
Well, okay. You're talking about the part in the song, right? People are asking. I get a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Do
I know
they
that
hear
that's-
each other when they sing that part of the song?
Yeah, I know that they don't.
Here's
but
now those last 2 episodes are written by Viv, so I am not fully qualified. None of us really here are qualified to really answer that because it was subtext, I think. But I assume that they've lived with each other for quite some time now in this small apartment. They see each other at the job, they see each other at home. I would imagine that's a pretty "Why did you save me?" would come up at some point. I would assume it's safe to that they know either one of them. I mean, I don't know. What are you? That's my assumption. I didn't write the episode.
That's so funny because I think the opposite. I think that they're such bad communicators that it strikes me odd that they would just sit on the couch and talk about it. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I will say I actually don't. I wrote a small portion of season 3. I wrote but 2 or 3 episodes. I don't even. It's been so long since we've written and recorded season 3. I honestly can't really remember.
It's for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever you think until the episodes come out, and maybe you'll like it more or less. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's something also that I want to say about the end of season 2 in that relationship. Is people ask a lot of times why did Stolas choose Blitz over his daughter and da da da. What I think good writing is putting characters in situations where they have to make impossible decisions fast. And I feel like the decision to step in and mastermind was, if somebody offered you the chance to save the life of someone you loved, you would do it, and then you would deal with the consequences of it afterwards. And I think that's great writing. So I think your question points out that there's great writing here that leaves ambiguity. Do they know? Are they going to tell each other? Are they going to say it on camera forever? Or are they never going to talk about it again? It's good writing. There's no answer yet.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah.
I got this.
There we go.
Okay, my question is for Brandon. If Blitz had to meet one of your characters from your YouTube series, which one do you think he would meet?
He has. He's met Grandpa and Sam. Yes, and it didn't go well. They tried killing each other. Yeah.
Which one do you think you had the most fun with, though?
Probably Bryce staying through us.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, I'd say they're both red and into blood. So.
This is hard.
Well,
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Stolas.
My question for you, what was your favorite song to write? And then for the rest of you, what was your favorite song to sing or hear?
Ooh, this is, I have 2 answers to my favorite song. One of them is just for sentimental reasons, You Will Be Okay. It was the first thing I wrote for the Helluverse. I probably wouldn't have written a second song for the Helluverse if that one wasn't as well received as it was. So that one is very meaningful to me. Also, I wrote it from my own perspective as a parent, and my son was a year old. But then the most fun I had writing a song was Clown Bitch, hands down. It was just a blast, start to finish.
I'll answer because my answer is a bookend. My experience singing that song was also as a new father. My son had just been born and my daughter was 1 year old, and I was singing it, Sam's song, in the height of the pandemic, early pandemic, wondering if everything would be okay for them. So that's and finishing that session, I said to myself, oh, I think there's something special in this. I didn't know what this was. I just went, oh gosh, there was some real electricity there. And you never know when you're when you're going to be right about something. So that song, I think, holds a special place. But recently, I would say my favorite was, just because I never get to sing like that, was I call it the Mother song. All to you.
All to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm done talking now.
Yeah, we get that question a lot, and my answer has never changed, and it's always "You will be okay." It's just so beautiful, Sam and Bryce. My God, like amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, if you were to write like a spinoff or like a fan fiction where the plot like changed at some point, what plot point would you change? Like for me personally, it would make Stella's character less of a like pure villain and more of a complex style of villain, and see that more explored. So if you were to make your own spinoff kind of series, what would it be that you changed, if anything?
That's a good question. I'm just trying to think about.
I know. Everyone's looking at me. How would I change my show? Let's see
Do
here.
better, Brandon.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Let's give Blitz some tits this time around. I don't know.
I would probably do a spinoff with Helluva where they go to like a different city, like maybe to like a hotel or something, like just get out of town for a while. Yeah.
What about a medical procedural in Sloth, which is I want the Helluva version of Scrubs.
No, give me the Stryker Crimson like Godfather spinoff.
Oh.
The like Sopranos.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you, Stryker?
I want a loop-de-goop-de biopic because everyone hates that character, and he's my favorite. I love him too. Please leave if you don't like him. I need you gone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Coyote.
Howdy.
Howdy.
So I got a question for Sam.
Hello.
Do you have any particular like musical artist who you feel has most inspired your work for the show?
I would say the answer is different character to character. So for the music of Stolas, I often lean on a lot of like Baroque melodies. Something that I pointed out in Mastermind is that the opening bit of that is very similar to Beret in E minor. The ba 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 ba. That's when Stolas is projecting regality. I like to lean on like early music and Renaissance music and Baroque music. When Stolas is being more like genuine, I lean on like guitar singer-songwriter stuff because I feel like that's a side of himself that he's not really as allowed to be in public. And I really think it's, different character to character. I think of a lot of like weirdly like maybe stoner metal when I think of Blitz stuff. There have been a lot of like I remember doing Moxxie's Bad Trip thinking about just like what is inside Blitz's subconscious, and that was what came out. And obviously, like Andrew Lloyd Webber for Moxxie is like like sentimental as theater kid as it's possible to be.
Well, we didn't even air the reggae Moxxie.
Oh no,
That
we
was
didn't.
good.
We didn't.
And it's a good thing.
Yes, yeah. We would have gotten letters.
That feels like
Already
a
get
fever
letters.
dream. I was like,
Yeah.
I just now realized we did that. Well, that's all.
Thank you so much for your question.
You look so hype and then
Yeah. I have a question for Sam Haft. So, Sam Haft, so basically, you know how the full Hazbin Hotel soundtrack is on iTunes? Why? I know you put some of your.
Yes. So this is a why and when for the Helluva Boss soundtrack on streaming service. Yes. This is that question.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know you. I see your name like for like the full version, but it's just demos. Though.
Yes.
You said it's just the demos.
Yes. So at the moment, the stuff for the songs for Helluva that goes online are the demos that I just make on my own, and then
Yeah.
I sent to Viv, and then we use them as a basis to record off of.
Yeah.
The full show versions, I swear to God, we are trying to get them online as soon as possible. There is
Okay.
just like a lot of busy work that was required to set that up, because when we were first starting to record Helluva, there was no sense of like, and then of course we'll release a standalone soundtrack. So we had to like go back and like redo a bunch of contracts, and like legal stuff takes such a long time.
Okay.
But and then like put together distribution and all that. And I just want to let you know, these conversations have happened. This is ongoing. The part of the reason that those Sinsmith songs came out on Spotify is we've already got something kind of set up. So you are not gonna have to wait very long. I swear to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And one more thing for Richard. I just letting you know that I can play Moxxie's song on my actual guitar.
Good. Teach me. What are the chords?
Yeah.
What are the chords?
No, I'll play the guitar and we'll both sing.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there we go. We can
Okay.
both sing.
All
And
right.
I'll cosplay as Moxxie. So
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
So everyone, yeah.
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Panda. This is Bree.
Hi.
Aw. Hi, Bree.
She's 18.
18?
Yes.
You don't look a day over 12. That's amazing.
My question is, y'all have recently been going to a lot of conventions lately. What has been your most memorable moment?
I got to sign a baby.
What?
Yeah. Oh, so I get to tell this story now. All right, so I was at Anime Detour like 2 weeks ago, and for those of you that don't know, I play a lot of D&D, and I'm on a show called The Unexpectables, and they brought out our D&D group to Detour. Somebody brought their baby, who they named after my character. The name is Remy, and they're like, "I want you to sign my baby. I named him after your character," so I signed him with like the washable markers.
Oh, I was about to say with a Sharpie?
No, not with a Sharpie.
No. Where did you sign him, Ed? Tattoo gun.
You monster.
So I don't know if we need to get into the specifics. I think we can just enjoy this. It was the forehead.
Yeah. I punch Brandon at every convention.
He hits when we don't feed him enough. And
Yeah.
I one time signed a butt very close to the hole.
Coward, sign the hole.
One time I signed it very close. And then they came back the next day. It was tattooed.
Oh.
And it is red and gross and bandaged and leaking and then there's their hole. So that was very intimate. Yeah.
We get a lot of we get Millie and Moxxie get a lot of people who propose to their
Oh.
partners in front of us, and I got it. I think we were invited. I think my wife Kristen and I were invited to one of the weddings. But they came back to another convention and said, "We want to invite you guys to the convention, but we're the ones that got engaged right in front of you." So that was pretty sweet.
I got to meet Andy Serkis and I totally fucking fangirled out. It was amazing. I'm obsessed. Thank
Am I
you,
the
Richard.
only one who hasn't answered? I've probably signed something I shouldn't have. I don't remember what it is. Oh, I know what it was. I didn't know what a body pillow was.
Oh, God.
So I signed one, and I was given one. It was folded up, took it home, said, "Look, kids, it's Daddy's character." And I went, shoof. And it was Daddy's character. And then I said, "I think he's even on the never mind." And that's how I learned what a body pillow was.
Yeah.
Sam?
The things that happen to me a lot, I would say the interactions that I regularly get that I appreciate the most are people who come up to me and say, "Hey, your song 2 Minutes Notice helped me quit my shitty job." I love that. I love that.
Well, thank you so much. I love hearing your story.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Bree.
Hello. Actually, to bounce off your 2 Minutes Notice song, that actually fueled me my last few months as my last job. I was like, I hated it so much. It turned into something really bad, but now I'm at a very much nicer job. They pay me more, and I'm less stressed.
Yeah. Upgrade.
So it's good. So I'm just going on, continuing with fan interaction questions. What's the funniest or weirdest fan interaction you've had?
I already told the baby story. Damn. Shit.
I know.
but it might be a good guide on what not to do when people meet you.
I gave Bryce a body pillow and said, show this to your kids.
What was it a body pillow of?
What wasn't it a body pillow of?
On a pillow.
It was my character.
It was nice. Dang, Bryce, you got bodied.
Yes. Funniest or strangest? Was that your question?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Just to give you options.
Okay. I'm just filling space until somebody.
I
has
signed
an
a
answer.
couple basketballs.
Ooh.
Why?
Yeah, so I have like a VTuber model that I use on like the Honeycast, if you guys remember that from back in the day. So Edward Bosco is a basketball, and then he's like a suit cartoon character. So somebody was like, have you ever signed a basketball? No. So the very next day, they show up with a basketball, sign it.
Oh,
I was like, all right, bet.
I think maybe a subsidiary of your question is like, what should people not do when we get that question sometimes? And I like the answer that when people come up and say, I don't know your show, I don't know your character.
Yeah.
That one just feels a little bit like, well, that's asking me to do a lot of work to tell you about it. So those are strange interactions. But that's also part of our job is to, host a little mini party for you. So we do our best. But it's not easy when somebody doesn't know anything about the show or the character. So those are funny and strange. Anybody else?
If anyone has me sign something that's not my character, I will take a picture of my signature on that plushie or vinyl figure, and I'll send it to that voice actor saying, suck it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you always sign on my ass? That's my spot on the f***ing poster, Brandon, and I don't understand why you do. That's my spot.
Well, thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
And I know the poster you're talking
But there's two cheeks. You're fine. Take up both cheeks.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. Hi.
Oh, it's a side piece. Got it. Hello.
Okay, so this can be a question for the whole cast or just Bryce and Brandon. But do you think after Mastermind and Cinemas, if Octavia ever found out the truth about what was really going on, do you think she would forget Stolas?
If Octavia found out what was really going on, would she ever forgive Stolas?
Well, it's a difficult question because it's an if. And we haven't gotten to the part of the story where we know if or not. But I think what's important about this part of the story is Viv and her team are exploring a very human thing, which is divorce in families and parents and children. And I think the hope that I have for all the characters is that time will lessen wounds and people, or in this case demons, will find the courage to approach one another in that awkward space and reconcile difference. And that's some of the hardest shit we do as people is reconcile difference across divide. And so I think that's why the story is important to so many people. That's why I hear a lot about it. I have hope that Octavia would, with more information and a little demonstration of regret from the parties involved, I hope that she would have the ability to forgive, but that's not for me to say if she will or if she won't.
Okay, and is it okay if I ask one more question?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, this one is for Richard. So, you know how Moxxie is obsessed with musicals? There's this one musical about the Odyssey by Homer called Epic the Musical. Do you think Moxxie will listen to that?
Yes. 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 Moxxie is this on? Moxxie is a firm supporter of all the arts and everything about it. So if you ever saw the episode with Brandon Ragers, that was all about Moxxie wanting to support everybody in their demo CDs, right? So yes, he would. But I think Moxxie ultimately loves Phantom of the Opera is his favorite. And I just got back from New York. where American Airlines screwed up. I already said that. And I saw 7 plays on Broadway while I was there. Death Becomes Her was great. Moxxie would love Death Becomes Her. I saw Hamilton again. Love Hamilton. I mean, I keep asking myself, how does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence, impoverished and scholar, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father with a father got a lot farther, but being a lot harder by being a lot smarter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
Well, thank you so much. All right, we only have a couple minutes left, so this time we're gonna have like a little bit of a lightning round to try to get through everybody else in this line. So if we kind of just speed through this process, just go one by one by one. Real quick.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Thank
question.
you.
I got a lightning question. Okay. It's for Richard and Vivian. If anybody wants to answer, it's totally fine. Congratulations on your new baby. What do you think the name should be?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, but if they were
You guys
having
gonna
a
tell me?
baby.
What? New baby? What are you talking about?
Millie and Moxxie.
What?
It's a hypothetical.
What would their baby's name be?
Hypothetically.
It would be Melixie.
Melina.
Ooh. Thank you so much for your question.
Bob.
Thank you.
You're back.
Sarah. Eden.
What was some of,
Brittany.
what was some of the most challenging and rewarding aspects of working with Helluva Boss, like the humor, character development, or the animation?
Most challenging.
Challenging and rewarding aspects. I'll say challenging was making owl sex noises.
For me, the most challenging thing is recording like the entire season at one time.
Yeah.
Like we never do one full episode of record. Like if I have Bryce or Vivian in or Brandon or Ed in, if they're in multiple episodes, we're recording those all on that day. So because we're not like a traditional recording situation. So it takes us a long time to finish an episode. Same with Hazbin, and oftentimes I'm recording both series at the same time. And so I lose my universe perspective sometimes. Like, oh wait, this is Hazbin, not Helluva, you know? Yeah, so that's the most challenging for me.
All righty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now these need to be really fast, yes or no questions.
We got 3, come on.
We got 1. 1 minute.
First of all, hello everyone. I just
Hello.
wanted to say, Sam, I'm a big fan. I've been listening to The Living Tombstone as long as I can remember.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This question's for everyone. I wanted to ask, what do you think is the hardest scene for you guys to record? Or what has been the hardest scene for you to record?
Owl sex noises.
Yeah.
Any the scenes where I have to act like Blitz.
Next question.
Sorry, they're all easy. It's fucking Blitz. Come on.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me is my efforts because Millie's always doing battle cries and battle noises, and those can be vocally stressful. So especially if recording 4 or 5 episodes at once, if I have to toggle between her voice, which is not my natural speaking voice, and efforts, it can be a little straining. So I have to make sure I'm placing things properly, and sometimes, I get a little excited. And,
Thank you for watching Anime Diet. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button for more tasty treats.